What's up, Star Wars fans? Welcome back to another College TF review. Today I'll be taking a look at Hasbro Star Wars The Vintage Collection, Ahsoka Tano and Grogu Deluxe Pack. This is from the Mandalorian series, one of my all-time favorite Star Wars productions that has ever been made. So let's get straight into it. I've got mine, secondhand because. Well, not secondhand, but I got it not straight from Hasbro, as I got it a little later. And now it's a little hard to hunt down, but you can still probably find it for reasonable prices on the aftermarket. And also be sure to check out All Time Toy Store. Links in the description below for all your other great vintage collection figures to pick up guys like, Mando and Vader, who I've reviewed on the channel and also use for comparisons later in the video. They have tons of great stuff at All Time Toys, so definitely check out those links. And as always, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel to keep these reviews coming. So here's a look at the packaging. Definitely reminiscent of the scenes we see from the first episode, in which we see Ahsoka Tano appear in The Mandalorian. I know I was completely psyched when she appeared. I'm a huge Clone Wars fan, and so to finally see Ahsoka making her way into the live action Star Wars content is just awesome. So she actually comes with a whole bunch of accessories. You can see here some nice pictures. I mean, that's a picture of the figure on the box there. It's pretty good. So let's bring in Ahsoka Tano. And she actually is wielding a lightsaber. It's kind of hard to tell because it is clear, but very nice figure. So we'll start out, I guess, with a look at Grogu, actually, since she is holding him. So this Grogu sculpt, I believe he's actually supposed to be kneeling down. That's why he's kind of bulging in his skirt there. It's just him kneeling. And then he's trying to use the Force. And that is because, Ahsoka's trying to get him to connect through the Force. And so the set comes with like a little rock here, as well as the little ball from the joystick, which the Mandalorian salvaged from the Razor Crest before it met its untimely demise. And so you can use either of those. Have Grogu, trying to wield the little ball. So, or a little rock. But then Grogu himself, very nicely sculpted. He has a moving head. It's not just on a ball joint, so it can move all around. Very nicely painted eyes, just little black dots, but very convincing. Nice robes. Definitely a very nice figure. And if you do have the Mandalorian figure, you can of course have him or Ahsoka holding him. I don't think Ahsoka ever holds. No, I guess Ahsoka does pick up Grogu once, but definitely pretty easy to get into some nice cute poses. So you can have Mando holding on to Grogu while we take a look. Oh no, don't drop Grogu. While we take a look at Ahsoka. So here is Ahsoka, and she does come with, of course, two lightsabers, being her short blade and her long blade. Very nicely painted handles. In silver with some brown on there. Same thing on this one. Nice sculpt. The only thing that I wish the set came with is unlit versions, which you could peg onto Ahsoka, but this figure doesn't have any points at which you could actually peg lightsaber hilts, so that would have also had to be worked with the sculpt. Then we do also get a lantern and her bird of the Force is what I would call it, her owl force bird thing. We first see it in Star Wars Rebels, I believe. Well, now it's been added to the Clone Wars cartoon, so I guess in the final season of Clone Wars we see this bird for the first time in terms of chronological order, but in actual debut, this came out, I think, in Star Wars Rebels first. It's been painted very nicely. And you can get it perched on Ahsoka, or I think you can even balance it on the lantern here. Takes a few tries. I'm not gonna worry about doing that now. But so here's Ahsoka, and I personally prefer this version of her, all decked out in her cloak. It's more Jedi looking to me. Very nicely sculpted head. I mean, that looks just like the way that looks just like the actress's face, plus all the extra sculpting they did for the actual costume. Looks very nice. This is the same figure that's been released as a standalone release. It's just this one comes with this very nice cloak. And you can actually get the hood over her head. It does take a little bit of, just moving around, but you can get it sitting over her head. The trick is trying to get it over her kind of ear things, I guess. Not really sure what to call them. But you can get it seated eventually. And she does look pretty cool. All fully cloaked. So, and then you can also, just due to the nature of this cloth, you can also just kind of hinge those out of the way. Just flap them out of the way for if she's, fighting or whatever. And so in terms of articulation, it's everything you would expect. She's very articulated. She does have this full range of motion there. And hinge out to the side. Nice little 90 there. Now, unfortunately, because of how tiny her hands are, there aren't any hinges built in, so it just simply rotates. But nice paint on the hands there. She still has a little bit of her Clone Wars armor there on her hands and on her forearms, which I like that incorporation in the Mandalorian series. And she didn't ever really wear any on her shoulders, but then she still does also have it on her legs, which is a cool detail. She has nice belt detail in there, very articulated center, on like a ball joint. Moves all around. The head's also on a ball joint. It is slightly hindered due to the cloak, but you can still get her in enough poses. And then all of this is a soft rubber, so it does move out of the way, soft plastic. So you can get her. Articulates very well, very cleanly. Upper thigh swivel there too. And then nice knee joint, the way it's hidden behind the cloak, and she can kick back very far. As she is a very agile character, so that's nice to see. And then we do get ankle rock and tilt back and forth. So definitely all the articulation you could want from a Jedi. Let me just give her lightsabers. Have her wielding one forward, one backward, or both backwards. She's definitely a unique fighter in that way. And I mean, yeah, she's very awesome looking figure indeed. Very nice rendition of Ahsoka from the Mandalorian series. Let's try and get her in a pose here. There you go. And all the accessories out of the way. She is just next to Mando. She is on the shorter side, as she's supposed to be. And just for another fun comparison, her former master, Darth Vader, who's very tall, taller than Mando. This is, I think, the best Darth Vader figure in the 3 3/4 inch line ever. So if you haven't seen my review on him, definitely check him out. Just look at him. Looks evil. But yeah, so that probably does it for my review of Ahsoka Tano from The Mandalorian. This is the deluxe pack that came with Grogu and a few other fun accessories. Again, if you like this video, please be sure to hit that like button and stay tuned for my next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.